Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you guys to a very, very, very special edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. So special that I just want you to pull up your chair and take a seat right now. This one means a lot for me. I'm super excited about doing this video. You might want to strap in for a hot second, though, because it might get a little lengthy. We are celebrating the Seaman's 1-year birthday on YouTube, man. Happened over the weekend, December 15th. I guess technically if you asked YouTube, it'd be December 14th when I posted my welcome video. But I marked my birthday with my first review because that's what this channel was about at the beginning. It's become a lot more. But at the very beginning of all of this, 1 year ago, life throws a lot of curveballs at you, and sometimes it knocks you off center and off course for, a week or two or a couple months. Sometimes it's a couple years, and I've been in one of those places, man. I've been off center for quite some time, and I was driving into work one day, and I mean, you guys know I watch a lot of movies. I've been doing that way longer than just a year. But I'm on the way into work one day, and I'm listening to a podcast that features Kevin Smith, and he's talking about, you should just go do it. Just do a podcast. He's like, the first thing, you don't have to go anywhere with it. You don't have to post it. You don't have to publish it. You don't have to give it to the world. But the first thing you lose when you lose somebody is their voice. Their voice disappears first. You'll be able to retain smells and their face or their image, but the voice disappears. Do it just so you have stuff like that with your friends and your family and yourself. And I was like, that's a cool idea. Then as he kept talking, he talked about, instead of asking why, ask why not. Just try things, do things. I was like, yeah, and it got me inspired. It got me motivated. I didn't know what it was motivating me for, but I came into work that day. I was like really up. And, as happens pretty much every day at work, you're on lunch and I'm naturally talking about what I've seen in the movie theater, or people are asking me questions, just how the conversation was going. It's like something got buried in the back of my brain, but I couldn't really register what it was, and went back to the desk, and I was going to see, I don't remember what it was, but I was going to see a movie, at some point that week, as I do, and I pulled up a review, and at the same time, it was like the review plus the conversation plus what Kevin Smith said, all of a sudden formulated this idea. And it was, you can do this, Corey. Like, you know movies like crazy. I mean, your friends, your family already ask you, hey, did you see this? Oh, what'd you think about this? So I said, screw it. Let's do it. And I was... it was right before The Last Jedi came out, and I was like, yeah, what a perfect first movie. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, man. Like, what a great way to start. Do that as my first review. That's a great launch point. And I'd also kind of been thinking about the fact that, like, when we got to 2018, just all this stuff and nonsense going on, I was going to tune it all out and just take a year for me. Just do me and not worry damn what anybody else was thinking. Just do the things that I want to do while also maintaining my life. And so that all started a year ago with this channel right here. And I did that Last Jedi review, and it took me a few goes, because I didn't have a laptop. I was just going to phone, so it was one take. I was not very good at talking right away. I was like, I talk all the time. Why can't I say words in front of a camera? And it wasn't that I was nervous in front of the camera. I was just having a tough time because I was still kind of jacked. We won't get into The Last Jedi and my thoughts because that, but I was really jacked coming out of the movie, and it took me a while to hone it all and deliver something that made sense, or at least what I thought made sense. And then I posted it, and when I posted it in my head, I was like, this is for me. This is a me thing. This will be a way for me to keep a record of myself, that if I ever have kids one day, or nephews, or nieces, something to show. Like, look at what I was doing when I was 32 years old. And then I was like, and I'll get a real big kick out of it with my family and my friends. They'll get a kick out of it, and that'll be a way to enjoy it with other people. And have some fun. But I don't know if I necessarily thought that it would last a year or turn into what it ultimately turned into. and what it became about, because it became about so much more than just putting up reviews, talking movies, so that me, my family, and friends could have something to kind of joke around about. Um, this became my center, man. Like I said, the world can throw some wild curveballs at you, and I've been knocked off of my center for a long time. And without realizing, I think I've always just been trying to find something to pull me back to my center, bring me back to where I should be. Um, and that's what this channel has become for me. It has become my center. I am more center now um, than I've ever been. I'm more myself than I've ever been, man. I like, from just personally to how I look at movies and consume movies and television and can talk about it. All of that, it just is enlarged this passion that's always been there to a degree I didn't know was necessarily capable, and or was capable of. And yeah, man, it just all of a sudden it became more than just about me and doing something that I'd enjoy with my friends and family. And trust me, I have, man. The very first time I interacted with one of my buddy's parents was on a flight out to Vegas, and as soon as she saw me, she was like, "Oh my gosh, Corey, I loved your Jumanji review," and I was like, "Oh man, that warms my heart." Um, and then I was at a party, and like my buddy's girlfriend comes running over to me. It's like, "Oh my God, Corey, I need to talk to you about a movie because I really want to go see this." And we've been talking about, but we won't go unless you say to go. And I'm like, my heart almost exploded, man. And then it just kept building, right? And look, I have, I think, 174 subscribers right now. It's a very small number. If you ask most people, they'd be like, 174 subscribers. What's that? That's a lot of friggin' people I don't know, is what that is. And something I wasn't expecting or ready for. And then interactions with you guys, the general audience, not my people, that have now become my people, right? Start happening with you, and it didn't happen right away, man. In some ways it did. I'm gonna give a shout out to the person I call my number one fan, and I know, Mom, you wish that's you, but it's not. It's my buddy Matthew Lemma. Kid I went to high school with, man. Haven't talked to since high school. It's the first person to ever comment on one of my videos. And like, I just kind of like stepped back. I was like, huh? And like, it was really nice, because it was on the welcome video. It wasn't even on one of the reviews. It was like Siskel and Ebert would give this channel 2 thumbs up. I've never said this to you, Matt. I literally almost burst into tears the minute I read that. This was did not expect it. It was like day one, right away. And Matt has ridden, with me the whole way, man. You go through my comments. So many of them belong to him, and those words meant so much, especially because those were the only ones I was getting. And not verbally, from people, but like on the comments, and that started a conversation with a person that I hadn't talked to in over a decade, man. And now I talk to regularly. And I swear to you, Matt, I'm gonna see you this holiday, and we're gonna do what we've been talking about doing. I don't want to give it away because it might, whatever. So that was the early inspiration, and then more comments started coming from people that I didn't know, I never knew, never met, and getting to interact with people in the comments and on Twitter. A lot of I tweet frequently about Kevin Smith stuff sometimes, and a group of people gravitated toward me. My Smod fam, you guys know who you are. I love interacting with you guys. And then just everybody, man, and just people who aren't associated to any group. Interacting with all of you has made this channel so much more important to me, because there are people now who rely on me that, like I said, they'll come up to me, "I won't go to the movies unless you say it's a good one to go see." What? Like, who? Never in a million years did I expect that. So, 174 might be small to some people. It's massive to me. That number, I hope it keeps going up. But whatever that number is, no matter how big or how small, every single one of them means something. And it's motivation, it's fire, and it's all got me back right in center. And I can never in a million years repay that to you guys, or thank you all enough, whether it's my family or my friends or just people who enjoy watching me ramble for way longer than I probably should be about movies. I cannot thank you guys enough because you've helped this become something so special to me. Something that I hope I do forever, man. I hope that one day I'm like the 102-year-old grandpa. But it's not like, oh, you hear about it because he died and he's 102. You know who I am because there's a 102-year-old man getting on YouTube going, hey, you guys see this crazy Avengers 25 movie? I also hope that that's a true thing, man. I hope that we can get 25 Avengers movies. That would be so sick. But yeah, seriously, I mean, if you can't tell, I am really trying not to lose it right now. That's how much this means to me, and I cannot thank you guys enough. But what I can do is switch the gears a little bit so I don't start sobbing in front of all of you and pull up some fun stuff that I enjoy having fun with. And that's the analytics, man. The analytics of the channel is something that I've become really, I enjoy looking at. And like I said, 174 seems like a small number to some people, but getting to watch how that number has grown and changed and how the channel has grown and changed, you can really see in the analytics, and that's why I want to run through some things with you guys, man. So first off, 227 total videos this year. That's crazy. Like I said, just being here for a full year, I never thought that I would have almost as many days as there are in the year. I'm just about 150, a little less than 150 off, right? That's crazy. And now my goal will be to continually get closer to having 365 videos in 365 days, because that would be wild. So that's a thing to strive for. But within that, obviously, the major metric we get is views. And in a year, out of 227 total videos, the Seaman has 17,417 views in year one. That's a crazy number to me. And what's crazier is when you break this thing down. Like I said, The Last Jedi was the very first video I did. Got up to 149 views. Head exploded. All of a sudden, I was like, oh man, that day one we're there? And it was, Last Jedi was something I think everybody clicked on. I wanted every opinion you could possibly get, so I get it. But my numbers early were actually pretty solid, man. I mean, we dipped into the hundreds a couple times. Everything was always staying above like 30 views. I thought that was really cool. And then work kind of took a month of my life where I couldn't really do anything. And I lost some subscribers, and the viewership crashed. It crashed hard. And it never had that steady flow the way the first month or so did. So then I looked at the numbers and I broke them down this way. I did it for everything that we're going to do because it really can show you that I should have dropped out, man, ran away, stopped it, whatever. You know, you can say that like halfway through, 3/4 of the way through the year. If you look at the charts, man, it's like here. I'm just here, like all year, like just little bumps, you know, outside of the beginning. It's just all little bumps. So the first 90 days of the 17,417 views, 968 of them occurred in the first 90 days. Like I said, I didn't even want to talk about the middle because the middle was a rough stretch for me. But you want to look at something positive, something to get the Seaman pumped for year two. The last 90 days, 10,746 views. Now, I know American Horror Story helped me a ton in this department. My American Horror Story coverage did way more consistent and larger numbers than anything else I've ever done. But even without that, that number is still drastically higher than the first 90 days. Growth. And growth that's been happening recently. And I hope that means I'm getting better at this. And we got one other thing we'll do after these numbers that hopefully I think will also show you that I've gotten a little bit better at this. The other thing, you know, you look at after that is the watch time. It's 55,205 minutes of the Seaman yapping people have consumed this year. In the first 90 days, 1,904 of those minutes happened. In the last 90 days, 37,209 minutes. Oh, it makes me glow. It makes me beam. It makes me want to burst. Then you go average duration, which is kind of what the watch time is insinuating. My average duration for the whole year has been about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. About 20% of the video. First 90 days, that was 1 minute 57 seconds, about 15%. The last 90 days, 3 minutes and 27, or 3 minutes 27 seconds, yes, 19% of most of the videos. But again, that number bigger than the beginning average. I love it so much. Don't you just love these numbers? Likes versus dislikes. 778 likes and 31 dislikes in the course of a year. First 90 days, 59 likes, 1 dislike. It's pretty good. Last 90 days, 496 likes and 19 dislikes. Now you go, oh, the 19 went up. Yeah, that's good too, man. That means more people are watching. You shouldn't just have all positive reactions, because there are people who hate things that I love, or that most people like, or I like things that most people hate. There should be more dislikes. So seeing more likes, more dislikes, great news for me. It gets me pumped. It makes me want to keep doing better and coming after it. Even in the comments, man, we've got comments I don't get a ton of. I would like more. Like as I said, I really do dig, talking and conversing with you guys. 374 likes, so just over a comment a day. But in that first 90 days, only 13. The last 90, 289. Like I said, man, the last 3-4 months have been just, I've had the best time here, and that it clearly must be reflecting in how people are starting to hopefully gravitate and keep gravitating. Shares, 327 in the first year, 90, just 60. Last 90, 113. Again, I like seeing that number be bigger in the last 90 than that original 90, because that original 90 was strong. And then, of course, the other big number that matters to the world, subscribers. I said I'm at 174, I believe, right now. 161 of those happened in the first year. First 90 days, 22 subscribers. This is the one that just makes me so happy. The last 90 days, 88 subscribers. It took me more than half of the year to get to 100, and I've almost nabbed 100 in the last 90 days. That's so cool to me, man. It really, really is. And then, there's the videos, right? What videos were popping this year in year one for C-Man? You're probably wondering. You're getting all these analytics. Tell me about the content. Well, I will. As I said, American Horror Story this year was a godsend for me and for this channel. Apocalypse Episode 1, recap and review. My biggest video of all time. But let's go top 5. We'll start at 5 and go up to 1, right? Which happens to also be American Horror Story Apocalypse. This is episode 3, the recap for that, up to 776 views. Currently, that comes in at number 5. The Apocalypse live stream watch party, we were between 2025 live. 954 people have clicked on that video since it went up. That's crazy to me. This is literally an hour-long video of me just watching TV and then occasionally talking to people who are typing to me or giving you thoughts. So that's wild. But then this is where it all really kind of started for me as far as pop went. I'd never been to 1,000 views on anything before. A couple hundred here and there. The first one that all of a sudden popped and got to a number I'd never seen before. The Roma trailer reaction, and that review will be coming hopefully this week. It's on Netflix now. I'm so psyched to watch it. Just haven't had a chance to get to it. But that trailer, when I dropped that, it like bounced to 700 like right away, and I was like, "Whoa, what?" It currently lives at 1,334 views. Wild, because it's still growing. That's the thing that's crazy to me. That really neat. Then came the Outlaw King, and this was my first visit to the good old 4-digit number place. First video to ever reach 1,000 views belonged to the Outlaw King trailer reaction. I love the movie. That reaction is pretty mundane because the trailer doesn't really get you to. You guys have seen, I can freak out during a trailer, man. Not really happening there, but got up over 1,000, like way faster than Roma could even get to 700. And I was like, oh man, that's exciting. It currently lives within the year, I should say. I believe it currently is over 2,000 views, which is awesome. But within the year, it got up to 1,995 views, which brings us to number one, as I said, episode 1 of American Horror Story Apocalypse. My recap review there, 2,273 views. What? Crazy. Thank you so much to my American Horror Story peeps. You guys really beefed up my last 90-day numbers, and it kind of created a little pop from that, because I've been doing much more consistently solid numbers for me. I'm not consistently in the triple digits. If you guys want to help me with that, please click them buttons, baby. Click them. Love to see them numbers go up, but way more like the first 90 days, and that's what I'm excited about. There you go. That's all the analytic numbers I'm going to throw at you. I've been throwing them at you for almost 10 minutes now. I want to end this video, though, in a really, really fun way. In order to do that, we're going to do a live react to myself. Yes, so that means we got to shrink it on down, man. We getting everything into this video. So, oh, man, we are tiny. Almost lost my glasses. The trailer is not down below us. We do have a video screen, though, because we are going to go through my top 5 moments from the year. And then we're going to end it with my favorite moment of the channel and certainly of this year, because it just puts a smile on my face. I think it can really show you the full level of growth. Now, I'm not ordering these in the top 5 order. If you're curious about that, when we get to the end of the year, like the actual year, I will do like a best of, and then I'll kind of maybe I'll put some numbers on some of these things. But I want to do this chronologically because I just watched these chronologically and my head almost exploded. So the first video we're going to check out is my welcome video. It's the very first video I ever did. And my dad asked me one time, he's like, why is that welcome video still the welcome video? It's almost a year old. And like, it is so dull. I was like, thanks. And I remembered actually, but that sparked like at a Christmas party last year. I was talking to 2 of my friends and they were ecstatic about the idea and about the channel, but they were like, you should change that first video so that it's like more you and more colorful and more lively. And I was like, okay. And I went back and I rewatched it. I hadn't watched it since putting it up at that point, which I guess it had only been a couple weeks. But I was like, it's so, like, I went back, when my dad said that to me and I went back and watched it, I was like, who is that guy? And why did he think he could do movie reviews? But I left it there for the entire year as a constant reminder to myself that that's where I started. Now, it might not be the best thing for the channel, because if that's the first video you watch, I would be like, 2 sentences in, I'm like, next video, please. Or next person. So we're kind of update that. But this is close to my heart because this is where it all started. All those, I was going to say years, but it's just 1 year ago. So let's take a look at the very beginning of the very first ever welcome and very first video that the C-Man ever did. I wasn't the C-Man yet. He didn't know who, the C-Man didn't know who he was when he did this video. I mean, check this out.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man. I want to welcome you to my brand new first ever YouTube channel, the C-Man Cinema Sit-Down. That's right, folks. If you're a movie fan, you want to know what's going on in the movie world, what to see, what not to see, you have come to the right place.
Have you come to the right place? If that was the guy telling you to go see Mortal Engines, which is not that great of a movie, I would, even if that guy told you to go see Aquaman, which is that great of a movie, I'd be like, I'm not going to see anything you recommend. That's so vanilla, so boring, no energy, emotion, no craziness. There was no C-Man in that guy. But there was, right? That was the beginning. I mean, look, my nickname, and it's been there for a while, but that was the beginning of it all, man. It makes me so proud to know that is not how I still operate. And then when I was like looking through my list, I was like, man, I wonder how I grew. I like got more into me, right? And I was like, oh, I did the Disaster Artist like right after Last Jedi, and I was like, ow, I was already, and then like 4 videos later, Jumanji came out. I was like, oh, I must have got it going quick. I clearly don't remember how I filmed those vids. Let's take a look at the Disaster Artists Open, which is one of my all-time favorites. As far as like, it was like the first time I kind of went out on a limb and I took a chance. This one's really funny.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down. That is a line directly out of the movie,
right?
The Room, which is what the film we are talking about today is based on. So you know the deal. Pull up a chair, take a seat. We're going to be talking about The Disaster Artist.
God, even a video where I thought, oh, I went out and did. You are tearing me apart, Lisa. You know, I think that version might have been more accurate to the actual delivery. This version, though, I dial it up way more. But even that couldn't get me up and at 'em right after, as you saw there. So let's go to my mother's favorite, my friend's mom, Mrs. Freeman, one of her favorites, and also see that I still wasn't all the way there. I was still pretty vanilla, but this is easily one of the ones that makes me laugh the most every time.
You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby, and you're gonna laugh. Oh, wow.
So bad.
That was
so bad.
That was way
atrocious.
Worse than what it was in my head. You know, sometimes you have like a thought,
not up there,
and you're like, "This is a good idea," and then you execute it, and you realize it's
a little bit more flavor.
Idea. I'm gonna apologize for that one, guys, because my name is certainly not Axl Rose. However, my name is Corey. Better known as
makes
C-Man.
me so happy.
I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema.
That transition's so good.
That's right, folks.
The welcome is still
pull up that chair,
great.
Take a seat. And you know what? But why don't you strap in? Because we are about to go
getting
on a
better,
right?
You can see, you literally see the slow growth, and we're only like a month into the channel at this point, and you can see the growth. Now we'll jump a little bit further down the line during the dead days of the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down. The days you can see, you know, whatever those are, you know, in like westerns, you see those blow by. I can't think of the word. My brain shot. But this one, even though it came during that dead period, this is one of my all-time favorite opens to any of my videos. Now, I cut this down a little bit because I figured I'd be talking a while. But this one makes me so happy just because of everything that it involves. You know, superheroes. This is almost the tribute to Stan without knowing it was going to be a tribute to Stan. Let's check out what I was doing for the Homecoming review for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catching thieves just like flies. Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man. Yeah! Oh, man. Oh, I'm jacked, man. And I may have just given away what I'm talking about today.
Oh, that was
fresh after that.
Now you tell me.
Terrible singing that I probably.
I don't think it was that terrible. That was some of the best singing I've ever done on camera. I think.
My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down. I've probably spoiled both by what I'm wearing and what I was singing. What we're talking about today.
War,
so why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. Today,
this guy,
oh man,
starting
so
to resemble
We're
more of the
about
guy
Spider-Man
that
Homecoming.
I think currently am. A little bit more attitude and inflection, and he's getting better. Which brings us to the fifth of my 5 favorite moments from year one, in no particular order other than chronological. When Mission Impossible came out, I had to go big because that movie was so big. This is starting to see and feel a lot more like the Seaman. Let's check out the Mission Impossible Fallout Open. Look at this guy. I really do get a kick out of myself if you didn't know. Most of these happen because I think they're funny. I'm going to let this one roll.
Wow.
because it's embarrassing,
Your
and I
mission,
love to embarrass myself.
should you choose to accept it, is to watch the Seaman review. What's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as Seaman.
He's
Now I want to
arrived.
welcome you to a very
He's
high
been here for a
octane,
bit by this
Mission
point.
Impossible-y Seaman Cinema Sit Down. Oh man, I'm out of breath. I could not go small
could do
on my
this
opening
and
because the
not
movie
be
I'm
out
talking
of
about
breath
tonight,
now.
which I think I just gave away,
throwing it out there.
does not go small. It doesn't do anything but go big. Seaman had to go big for this video. Seaman also needs to go big in the gym. I'm out of breath. That's
Like I said, I can do this now without
embarrassing.
getting out of breath.
Anyway,
From day one.
you know,
So where
you
Mission
having
Impossible
trouble figuring
was,
out what I'm putting
jump,
down.
and
You're
you
not
can
quite
see
as
it
adept
kind of in
at figuring out
all of
you know,
these
crazy
different
mysteries the way
videos.
Ethan Hunt is. Let the Seaman help you out. Pull up a chair, take a
Transitions,
seat.
though. That's the other thing
It is
I
time for the
love
Seaman to dive in,
this year.
non-spoiler,
I'm really good at transitioning from
on
one
Mission
thing to the
Impossible
next.
Fallout.
Sometimes.
Wow, man. Wow. I can't say wow enough times about this damn movie.
Yeah, dude. I really couldn't say wow enough. I could have probably said wow about 5 billion times to Mission Impossible. It still blows my mind every time I watch that movie because I think about the IMAX version. Oh, wow. But you can see your boy finally showed up and got it going. And that's what I love about those 5 videos is those 5 videos, not only are they moments that I've personally really enjoyed doing, you know, like when the ideas popped in my head, I was like, ooh, these will be good. But they really do show a drastic amount of growth, even from when I was trying to take some chances, right? With, you know, Disaster Artist and Jumanji. I'd give you that pop right there, but then I'd kind of fall off. And when it all came into the full picture by the time we got down to Spidey and Mission Impossible, it really does, I think, paints a really great picture of how far we've come in a year. But to really know how far we've come in a year, you gotta look at where you are after the year. And this video, this is one of those ideas, when it popped in my head, I was absolutely ecstatic, man. Oh, guys, so it's just ridiculous. You know what it is, because I've only done one video in year 2 so far. But I really do think it gives you a great sense of the things to come down here at the old Seaman Cinema Sit Down. Pull up that Aquaman opening, because it's brilliant.
Huh? What? Where am? What's going? Hey, what's happening? What is this? Is this a review? A review? Is that what? Is my camera? What's up, everybody? My name's Corey, better known as the Seaman. I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. I think this has got to be a review. The last thing I really remember,
peak form. This is peak form.
You know, is that
if you don't
today's
think
my
peak form,
birthday.
let me know.
1 year.
One
year
year
on YouTube. A year ago today,
Craziness.
I saw Last Jedi and did a review and posted it.
I feel like
December
I've told
15th.
you this story. Have you heard this one before? I figured it out.
And okay,
got
I know
me
what's going
church.
on now. Right. I'm sorry. James Wan.
It's so true though.
I think you broke my brain,
Melted.
but
my
like
brain.
in the best way
So
possible.
Go see Aquaman.
You know what?
soon as it comes
I
out.
think I figured this out, man.
See it every
why,
day.
why don't you
So
pull
good.
up a chair, take a seat? I think I'm getting ready to dive into a spoiler-free edition of the Seaman Cinema Sit Down for Aquaman.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just enjoy watching myself do me. And that's the full evolution, right, man? A guy that's just willing to, you know, allow a movie to just douse him in a tidal wave and then waste no time in giving that to you guys. God, if you have lasted all the way to this point, 34 and a half minutes long, God, thank you even more than the thank you I gave you before. God, this whole thing is just so much fun. I love doing this so much. I'm so excited for year 2. Big things coming, man. I'll make more announcements as we go, but we're gonna try to watch old movies and drop a review every Thursday for Throwback Thursday. We're we're gonna try to come up with some interesting, type of videos, things that are a little different than the norm. If I can pull them off, I'm gonna do them. I got some creative ideas going on up here, and the thing I'm most excited about, year 2 of the Seaman will have guests. That's right. It ain't just a year of me. I ain't just doing me no more. This year is about everyone, man. It's about including people and including things and growing this thing. I want this thing to grow, man. If you really do, if you have sat here for 35 minutes listening to me yapper, you must really love me. And if you do, go out there and tell your friends, tell your family, go check out the Seaman. You want the scoop on the movies? You want to know what the real is? No critic BS? This is your guy. Come see the Seaman. I'm just so pumped for year 2, man. I'm, again, eternally grateful and thankful for all of the people that support me. Like I said, 174 might be small to some people, massive to me, means so much. And I hope that number gets big, like 4-digit big. If we can get ourselves to 1,000 in 365 days, I don't know what I will do. I'll come up with something special, but if we can get there in this year, I'm gonna do something big. But be on the lookout, man. Things are gonna operate as normal. You're gonna get your reviews, you're gonna get your trailer reactions, you're gonna get all the things you love over here at the Seaman Cinema Sit-Down. You'll get your comic corners, unboxings, more live streams. But we're gonna try to do bigger and better things this year. I'm so excited. I can't wait to do all of that and enjoy all of that with you guys. Again, thank you so much. It has been one of the best years of my life. And the Seaman has a lot to do with that. And so do you guys, so I really do appreciate it. I am going to shut up now so, I can get to talking about movies again and not about myself. But thank you for indulging me. I'm so pumped for year 2, man. For the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down, I'm the Seaman. Year 1 in the books. Signing it off. Hey, what's up, guys? Seaman here, letting you know that the fun doesn't have to stop. You can keep it going by clicking on this video or this video. And if you want other options, you could hit that guy and subscribe and check out all the videos. I'm just saying.